All right. So I want to start by saying that I don't have a whole lot of faith in social media, and I often don't have a lot of faith in myself. But I tend to have a lot of faith in what I know as, I hate to say this word, but God, in the creator of all of my breaths and the cells that comprise my body and everything, everything I've ever experienced. And because the creator of everything I've ever experienced has delivered everything I ever experienced, I do have faith in that. And I've lived a pretty extraordinary life having faith in that. But I know how often I have let myself down, like as an ego, and really screwed up my life a lot. And in using the various technologies that other humans, like my own fallible self, have created, a lot of them have also fallen short of what I would really have them be. And so because I know I have fallen short of my own hopes for myself, and a lot of times I've not had integrity with my word, and I've punished myself for that. And oftentimes I have not gotten the results from my actions that I would have hoped because I've been punishing myself with guilt over not being the person that I thought I could be. And growing up as a Christian and hearing that phrase, all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, I've lived that truth many, many times. And so there's a lot of me that doesn't have a lot of faith in myself, even though I know that I've been able to be a conduit for a number of really inspired, I think, poems and songs and ideas and just emanations of love. When I've been able to transcend my ego and give myself over to that which has provided all of my breaths and cells and everything that I am. And so there are times that this person, Steve McAllister, has produced some extraordinary things. And sometimes it's just amazing when people actually recognize that and give me the love and call me wonderful things. But I also know that I, have bad habits and I do stupid things and I make bad decisions regularly. And so I tear myself apart for that. And, this is the human dilemma that we're all going through. All of us are going through this and a doubt whether what we're doing is right or whatever. And then we're trying to share what we think is right through these platforms that we're given. And it's a good deal. And I love that, and I've always wanted for this to work, like with Facebook and MySpace before that. And I could never get into Twitter because the limitations on characters, it's just stupid. So I could never do that really well. And Instagram, okay. But I've really tried with Facebook because I thought that there could be the potential to create relationships there. And there is. And it does happen. And it does work. And there are benefits to it. Don't get me wrong. However, there have been so many times where I've produced things and I've written poems and essays and created videos and written songs. And I would share them through my website because that's my own little domain of the interwebs. And then I would share them through Facebook, and Facebook refused to show them to anyone. And if I maybe shared a picture or something directly to Facebook, well, then I always get some friends to like it and stuff like that. And of my 3,500 friends, sometimes, a couple dozen maybe like something that I do. But if it's something shared from my website or my YouTube channel or my Substack or my Medium thing, if I share anything outside of Facebook, Facebook doesn't seem to share it with anyone, or just maybe none of my 3,500 friends on Facebook really do care about anything that I do. None of the poems that I write, or the songs that I sing, or the journeys that I take, or maybe nothing about me really is interesting at all on Facebook. Maybe that's just the reality that I have to live in. And I have to start, I don't know, making recipes. What do you do on Facebook? I don't know. I don't know. Everybody else, people do on Facebook. I try to do the same, similar. Anyway, it just doesn't work. It's not working. So, President's Day. President's Day. I released a song that I had on YouTube, kind of backed up for a while. But it was called Dear Mr. Washington. Now, if you don't know, George Washington was the first president we had. It's the reason we have President's Day. And I shared a song that I wrote to him in Washington, D.C. My third day of being there. After trying to write a song about anything else, but he demanded it. And I used the song, the words that George Washington used in his farewell address when he was the first president to be man enough to have the courage to say, you know what, after 2 terms, I'm stepping down. And I'm not going to accumulate all this power and all that. But I'm going to set a standard to be humble and merciful and graceful. And it's an amazing thing. And throughout this farewell address, he warned about the 2-party system that we are still entertaining. Even though all of us see how ridiculous it is, how fallible it is, how that all that it does is divide us, so that the owners, billionaires, the 6% of people who could originally vote when the founding fathers created this nation, they get to make all the decisions, and they give us the candidates that we can choose. And this year, we get the same 2 candidates we got last time that we didn't want then, and we don't really have any say. All we can do is acquiesce to our 2-party system and give ourselves over to realizing that now our only choices are 2 pretty much octogenarians and freedom. So anyway, I shared this song, released it on President's Day, a song written to our first president, and I shared it on YouTube. And of course, I'm not actively involved in YouTube and releasing stuff, so I get it that I only got 8 views, literally 8 views. I hate the fact that that's normal for me, but I released a song last week based on Joseph Campbell, and it got 140, so it's not totally terrible. Some people do like what I do. Some people even see it, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, I shared it on Facebook 13 times, 8 times on my personal page with 3,500 friends, 5 times on my artist page with about, I don't know, maybe 900 friends or followers or whatever they call them. Okay. No one liked it. No one liked it. No one loved it. No one cried over it. No one hugged me over it. No one got mad at it. No one had any response to it at all whatsoever. None of my 3,500 friends had any response to my song about the first president on President's Day, nor the 2 days after. Nothing, nada, zilch. Now, if I were to give Facebook money, well, then they would let a few people see it, I'm sure. But I don't really want to give them money. I'm sorry. They're already getting enough from me, I think. So I've scheduled posts at 10 o'clock every morning from now until March 5th, I believe, when this song will be released again and again through my website and through my Substack page on my Facebook artist page. And I don't know if I still have no one else respond to it, which I've gotten before. I've done campaigns. I did a Course in Miracles campaign a few months ago. Nothing, nada, zero, zilch. No one sees it there. So I have to wonder, is this really worth my time? Or, yeah, perhaps I should just focus on other things and not try to even bother with this. Because there's part of me that I know it's ridiculous, and there's part of me that just still feels as if it's a piece of technology that does allow us the ability to coordinate in order to get into the same room together. And I heard a guy years ago say, if we're not using these technologies that we have, all the social media and the emails and the text messaging and all this communicative devices that we have created, if we're not using them to get into the same room together, maybe we're not using them properly. And I believe that because I like living in the real world. And I've been hesitant to do these things. I've done them, but I'd rather talk to people in the real world. So hopefully this little video I'm doing right now would say, hey, let's get together in the real world, because maybe Facebook's not going to do it right. So if you happen to find this video, be it on Facebook or YouTube or a website somewhere, I don't know. I like to share a lot of stuff with you. I got music, I got poems, I got the Will Rogers show, I got ideas on the possibility that maybe our two-party system doesn't work very well. Maybe we can move on to a new economy based on abundance instead of scarcity. Maybe we can move on beyond capitalism and communism and socialism into something different that maybe doesn't have a name yet, but which should account for the value of our emotional wealth, our mental wealth, our physical wealth, and our spiritual wealth, and develop each of those healths to be emotionally wealthy through the artistry of our lives, to be mentally wealthy through learning new things and being offered that knowledge to the service of our business, being engaged in the physical world around us through our citizenry, and to develop our spiritual connection through the development of our community. It's what I call ABC squared economics. I've been trying to explain it to people for a few years now, but Facebook doesn't really let me share it all that much, and doesn't share much of what I say about it. I wrote a book, if you're interested. It is available on Amazon. I may not share it either, but you can buy it there. And if I can find a nice publisher who uses eco-friendly paper, then I really much prefer it be there. So if you know of any, let me know. But in the meantime, it's there. It's available digitally and all this stuff. And I'll keep sharing a bunch of stuff. I need to share more, I know. But it's so frustrating when I'm sharing it these platforms that nobody ever sees it. And I hope somebody sees this. If you do, consider it an SOS. I got stuff I want to share, and Facebook won't let me. Hopefully, we'll move beyond it, and we'll find that way to do stuff, move forward. But in the meantime, this has been a rant, and thank you for humoring me and paying attention this far. And if you get a chance, find Dear Mr. Washington on YouTube or Substack, and give that song a listen. And it should have the chords there. So if you're a musician and you want to learn how to play that song, let's play that song. Because honestly, I think if America is going to move into the next century or into the next decade, we need to get rid of the Democratic and Republican parties. Get rid of them. They don't serve us. They don't do anything of us. Let's have courage as Americans, stand on our own 2 feet and move past the parties. Shut the parties down. Get to work. Play some music and find a new way. Anyway, see ya. Thanks.